The tender consisted of two elements, signage and fleet. 35 sites all around the UK, and also they have a fleet of 300 vehicles. The fleet project consisted of a multitude of refrigerated smaller box vans, panel vans and 13.6 metre trailers.
They've been a great team to work with. I mean, particularly the people that I see and speak to every week for the last year, sometimes more than once a week. So Lucy, Rob, Max and Kirsten have all been great to work with. They're all very personable, but also they've been incredibly flexible and supportive and have worked around our needs, which have changed even when we haven't really been able to predict it.
The design side of the project, it was quite an exciting one for us because we really had to create new designs for their fleet and create a different design for each one of the vehicle types. They started with a fairly basic design pack, and we really had to work with them and make sure it fit across all different elements of signage. So we created various different designs and ran a poll as to which designs the staff felt worked best, and then there were 4 different designs chosen for the box vans, often incorporating different members of Greencore staff. So it was a really nice campaign to gain employee engagement and make sure that everyone was on the journey really to getting this new brand in place.
We basically took those initial concepts and worked with Aura, worked with the design team to figure out, okay, if we were applying that across all of these standardised signs and anything else that might come up, what should it look like? So yeah, that kind of brand consistency was achieved because we're working with a supplier that understands why we're doing it that way, and that was important.
We really had to work as a team on this project, both within Aura and with the customer. I feel that we've formed some really close bonds with the project management team within Greencore.
We've liaised with Aura branding, so we've been in touch with them daily, just ensuring that all the vehicles are up to the condition they need to be before we actually send them into Aura. So we come together with a schedule, we've worked really closely with them, and overall I think it was a real success.
They've managed themselves excellently, and it's a case of ensuring that, you know, there's weekly meetings, notes are taken, the actions are followed through correctly, and making sure that we communicate correctly within our business, because it is complicated delivering 2 big projects like this in conjunction.
It was a little bit of a challenge. We did have a couple of hiccups where we were stuck one day on the motorway for 6 hours, so we didn't actually get that vehicle in on time. So we actually spoke to Aura and we come up with a plan together, and we made sure that, you know, the vehicle was still completed in on time, and we worked really closely with them. So it was good to see both companies working together to make it work.
We also created a bespoke signage catalogue for them. So one of the concerns of the project team was that we could go ahead and implement this lovely shiny new brand, but then 6 months down the road, if replacement signs were needed or additional signage was required in different parts of the building, for example, or even that there were new buildings, how did we ensure that that correct branding was maintained and they can order those items at any point in the future, and the brand managers know that everything on those signs is correct and it's on brand and it's fresh and new and there's no deviations.
In the tender process, we were sold on the people. You know, they were professional and ready and could answer all of our questions. What more could we ask for? But also through the tender process, the guys described how you could do something more sustainable with our signs. One of our worries, and sustainability is part of the Greencore way as well, it's a really big pillar in there. So we wanted to make sure that we weren't creating more waste or spending more money than we absolutely had to on the rebrand. We didn't want to end up with piles of acrylic signs and aluminium and steel and, you know, God knows what, that we might not have the ease of redistributing somewhere else or recycling. And Aura just offered that. You know, they proposed wrapping the signs with graphic vinyls so that we didn't have to get rid of acrylics.
We openly included elements within our bid that stated that we would be looking to refresh certain signs rather than ripping out and replacing. So this methodology really fits with our sustainability drive within Aura's business, and sustainable practices are very attractive to Greencore for obvious reasons. Why would we essentially, rip out footings for totem signs and totally replace them when essentially there's nothing wrong with them, they're just carrying incorrect branding. So we really pushed the client to look at this option because it's more cost effective and it's way more sustainable to simply, if you are able to, remove old branding and wrap using films.